Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty Strategy. Thanks for visiting my channel. In this video, I wanted to show you a night out look. I was thinking about a concert because of this beret with the studs on it. Just wanted to throw on some hoop earrings and feel, a little like cool and laid back. If you like the smoky eye look, but you're kind of sick of the same old colors like the browns, the bronzes, and the blacks and the charcoals, you can mix it up by using shimmers or a dark green, maybe a navy or a plum. Today my look is based on using this really pretty Makeup Forever shimmer, a dark green shimmery shadow, and it only took 2 colors to achieve this look pretty much, and throw on some lashes and some accessories and you're all good to go. So if you want to get this look, please keep watching. I'm going to start off priming my face with Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, using a pea-size amount for my entire face. I'm putting it all over my face, and then I'm focusing on my eye area so I can smooth out the fine lines. With a couple pumps of foundation, I'm putting that all over my face with my hand. I'm going to start off with one thin layer to even out my complexion, and then I'm going to actually go back into a second layer to get a little bit better coverage. This is mainly around my cheeks where I have hyperpigmentation and around my nose where I have redness. Don't forget to do under the eyes and over the eyelids. I'm really working the product in around my nose where I have larger pores, and I have to work around my nose ring as well. As a final step, I'm using my fingers just to smooth out any streaks or extra product anywhere on my face, so I have a nice even complexion. Then I grab my Artiste Circle 1 brush. It's just the first thing that I grabbed, putting my Eve Pearl Salmon Concealer under my eyes. I'm focusing on the areas of discoloration. Then I'm putting warmer concealer on my inner corners because I also have some darkness there. Using a highlighting pen, I'm gonna further brighten up the areas that are dark. That's underneath my eyes and in the inner corners. I'm also highlighting my nose and the Cupid's bow. Then using that same brush, I'm gonna use a patting motion to pat that product in and then lightly smooth it out with the brush. Then I'm using my finger just to kind of buff and blend it out. With my nose, I'm not being overly precise. I'm just blending that out and making sure it's a straight line and just highlighting the center of my nose to make it appear taller. Then to further conceal imperfections, I'm using the Balm Time Balm in light medium, and I'm going around the edges of my nose where I have the most redness. I'm patting that product in and then using my fingers to get into the pores and blend it out. Notice that I'm actually pushing the product in and then blending the outer border to let it blend into the foundation. Taking a little more of that concealer, I'm going into the outer corners of my eyes where I tend to have a little bit of a shadow and a dark line that can drag my eye down. I'm being very gentle with my fingers and blending that out. Then I'm going to set my face with a loose powder. I'm using Face Atelier Translucent. First, I'm going to use a big fluffy eye brush and put that underneath my eye because I put a lot of creamy product there. I'm going underneath the eye and over the lids. Sorry, I have a little too much product, so it's flying everywhere. Then I'm going to go around the sides of my nose. Again, focusing on the areas where I put a lot of product and it's going to move if I don't set it. Then going down my T-zone, my forehead, my nose, the inner corners. And then I'm going to take a big fluffy powder brush, this one's by MAC, and just dust it all over my face. Then I'm going in with a powder contour. This one is by Makeup Forever in the Sculpting Kit number 2. To apply it, I'm using a Chongsamur Cheek Blush Brush. I like it because it's dense and synthetic, picks up a lot of product, and I really want to carve it out. I'm also going into my temples. I'm just patting that product in lightly. Then I'm going to go underneath my chin so I can sculpt out a little bit of that jawline and get rid of my slightly double chin, and then go back in. Using my trusty Hourglass palette, I'm going to go into the bronzer first. I'm going to put that on my cheekbones and kind of work it up to the temples. Then going into this pink blush, I'm going to focus it on the apples of my cheeks, just a little bit. I was a little bit heavy-handed here, but don't worry, I'm going to blend it out a little bit later. Then going in with highlighter, I'm going to go down my nose and then on the tops of my cheekbones to catch the light. This is a finishing powder, so it's not that strong. It's just going to give a nice glow, and it's a very fine powder, so it doesn't have huge chunky glitter flakes. I'm going above my eyebrows where it's going to catch light. Moving on to the focal point, which is the eyes, I'm starting with a matte black powder with a bullet brush, and I'm going to go into my socket or right above my crease line and just kind of create, it's not really a cut crease, but what I want to do is create a deeper depth of my crease. And I'm just kind of using a light stroke. I was a little heavy-handed there, but I basically want to create some dimension before I pack on the color. Taking a small blending brush, I'm just gonna blend out that line that I did, focusing on the upper part of the color. The brush was clean and didn't have any product in it, so I'm moving the existing product that was on my eye around. I'm not doing that good of a job blending, and that doesn't have to be too precise. Really, I want to get that dimension. And then going back in again one more time to continue to gradiate it out and soften it up. Next, I'm going in with a dark shimmering green with gold shimmer in it. It's really smooth and creamy. I'm using a flat shadow brush and just lightly dusting that color on between my lash line and where that crease is. To intensify the color, I'm packing on the color again a second time, really focusing on the lower part of my lid. You could also use a wet brush for better payoff. And using my blending brush from before, I'm going to blend out the harsh line that I created with the green. And I'm going to let the green kind of melt into the black. For more depth, I'm going back in with that black color and focusing on the outer corners of my eyes in the outer V. So I'm going above the crease and then also connecting it to my lash line in the corner. Don't forget to blend it again so that it looks more like dimension rather than a different color. Then to finish off the look, I took a clean, fluffy blending brush and I put a flesh tone shade and I just kind of blended that in above. Taking a short, dense, straight brush, I'm going to put that green color on my lower lash line. I'm not using eyeliner this time around. Now I'm going to move on to lashes. I'm going to use my Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown. I did the tails already and now I'm going to fill in the front. I'm using light strokes and then using the spoolie to kind of blend it together. Then using a light taupey brown shadow using an angled brush from the Naked 2 palette, I'm going to go into the brow and kind of blend in the pencil and fill in any gaps that I might have. More recently, I've been using gels, creams, and pencils to do my brows, but I kind of rediscovered powder again. That's how I started doing my brows in the first place. Going back with the brush I used and cleaning it off, I dipped into a shimmery white powder and just did a tiny little bit on my arch and the inner corners of my eyes. I don't want it to look too 90s, just softening up those cheeks again. It looks a little harsh. Using my Bourjois liquid eyeliner, I'm doing a thin line on both lash lines, keeping it pretty close. Wing liner is pretty tough for me, so I just wanted to keep this nice and easy. Now I'm using that angled brush. I dipped into a black shadow and I'm going to kind of do a pseudo liner. I'm going to curl my lashes and then I'm going to put lash adhesive on my falsies and let them dry while I am doing my lips. I'm doing Anastasia liquid lipstick in a limited edition trio. First, I'm starting out in my Cupid's bow, setting the shape. Then I'm doing the sides to connect it to the edge. Then I'm going to fill in the upper lip and then move to the bottom. When I was trained as a makeup artist, I learned to do a whole lip in 7 strokes. It's a little bit difficult when you're not using a lip liner and a lip brush, so I'm being very careful and I'm trying to be very methodical and precise about how I apply. I'm definitely making sure that the edges are clean. I'm using Ardell 411s, which wing out on the outer edges for my false lashes today. I'm using my tweezers and I'm applying that and making sure that they're lifted so they're not angled downward. That's going to hood over my eyes. And I'm making sure to secure it close to my lash line using my tweezers and my fingers. And I'm also making sure that the inner quarters are secure. You can also use the tweezers to push up the lashes to make sure that they are opening up your eyes rather than kind of sloping downward and covering them. And then I'm also making sure that they're as close to my lash line as possible. I'm using YSL Baby Doll Mascara, just the one that I grabbed, to tie in my false lashes and my real lashes. I'm also putting a little bit on the lower lashes as well. I have very little to paint on, but I am trying. The eye was pretty simple to do and had a great payoff. I'm really digging this green. So here's the finished look. It's super casual, but you still look kind of put together and cool. Oh, look who's joining us. Come here. Someone got a bath today. Come here, up. Do you want to show off your bath? Well, Joey, you're supposed to look over there though. Thanks for joining me and Joey, and hope to see you again in my next video. If you like this video or you want to see more looks like this, please comment below and let me know. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up. All right, thanks so much. See you next time. Joey, want to say see you next time?